Alright, so for a while I've been trying to figure out the formula for a great travel video, and after a long time of watching and trying to learn as much as I can from hundreds of them, I think I probably got it. For step number 1, you start things off by looking for some good music. This part is really important, so you definitely don't want to skip it. If you're having a hard time finding a song that fits, make sure to look in one of the more underrated categories like epic or cinematic. Next up is step number 2, and that's just as important as step number 1. You think of something to say in a voiceover that sounds overly dramatic for no reason, and you're ready for the best part, which is step number 3, the cinematic footage. The trick here is to make your sequences fast and confusing so the viewer doesn't know what they're looking at. If there's enough time to figure out exactly what's happening on screen, you're not doing it right. To build some curiosity, make sure that in most of your clips you're either walking around aimlessly or looking around in random directions as if there's something really cool conveniently happening off screen. Throughout the whole thing, you have to walk that fine line between looking like you know exactly where you're going and at the same time being completely lost. For step number 4, some of you are probably thinking, this one's gonna be about the storytelling, right? Absolutely not. I mean, come on, be honest. How many times have you sat there watching a travel video and thought, man, I really care about what this person is saying right now? The cool part is that when people watch travel videos, they usually don't care about what you're saying. It's more important how you're saying it. So all you have to do is sound dramatic and vaguely motivational, and you're most of the way there. Plus, that's why you got that epic cinematic B-roll. You just have to throw in arguably the most important travel film clips, like the one where you look at a beautiful view just out of frame in slow motion, even though there isn't one. Or the classic shot of bringing up the camera to snap the perfect photo, even when it's actually terrible. And then we get to step number 5. At the very end of your epic travel film, you can't forget to leave the viewer with a life-changing piece of advice that they definitely haven't already heard before. Go and stand on a cliff and say something like, always follow the call of adventure, or do everything you can to chase that once-in-a-lifetime moment. Honestly, I don't think it really matters. But if you follow these simple guidelines, you're now on your way to making the next perfect travel video that people have already seen 1,000 times before. So you know what? Unless you're really going for number 1001, maybe try to tone some of that stuff down just a little bit. So that was a little bit different than the stuff I've made on the channel so far, but I hope you still liked it. Of course, it was a joke for the most part. Obviously, I don't mean to hate on anyone who makes travel films. I fully understand and appreciate all of the time and effort that goes into creating a piece like that, but I just kind of felt like poking a little bit of fun at certain travel film cliches that I'm sure you and I have both seen like hundreds of times on YouTube at this point. I just feel like sometimes people will make these overly dramatic travel films just for the sake of drama and not because the story that they're trying to tell actually benefits from it. And as a result, whenever I see something like that, instead of being this super emotional and impactful thing for me personally, it just comes across as being goofy, and I felt like trying to express those thoughts in a little bit of a fun way. So with all of that said, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, which is also the first ever sponsor I've had on the channel, and that is Track Club. Track Club is an online music licensing platform that gives creators like myself access to some great quality songs that can fit into any project. And even though they're a relatively new platform, their library already has some awesome stuff. I'm not kidding when I say, while I was looking for a song for this video, I caught myself a few times zoning out listening to songs that I wasn't even planning on using just because they sounded really good and like stuff that I would normally listen to. The cool thing is, with Track Club, it's not just about picking music. After you find a song that you think is going to work well for your project, you can take things one step further, and by using Mixlab, which is a feature built directly into their website, you get full control over how you want to customize it. So you can do stuff like controlling the volume of each separate element of a song, or you can choose which ones you want to solo or completely disable if you don't want to use them at all. And you can also control the tempo of the song by raising or lowering the beats per minute, and all of that is possible directly within their website before the song even hits your timeline. Track Club essentially gives you the ability to not only pick an already awesome song, but tweak that last little bit to make sure that it's unique and perfect for your specific needs. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can go ahead and sign up through my link in the description, which is going to get you a full 1-month free trial. And then if down the line you decide to purchase a plan, I'll get a small commission, and it's also a great way to support my channel. Once again, thank you to Track Club for sponsoring this video. As always, thank you for watching until the end, because it genuinely means a lot to me. Consider sticking around by subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.